right, welcome everybody to another edition with the Iceman here on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. Yeah, you saw that intro. That is an intro from like 2009, back when I used to be Naturally Ice This. And of course, a different intro uh, sound to it as well. But anyway, here we are today. We are on the first day of September 2015. August is gone. And yes, Night of Champions is just a mere few weeks away. And as we saw last night on Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins will indeed perform double duty at Night of Champions, because Night of Champions is a night where all titles are on the line. And as we saw the opening segment of Raw with Sting coming out, and he just basically told everybody there's one title that eluded him, and that, of course, is the WWE World title. Um, Never really had an opportunity to get it before until now, until Night of Champions. And this has really got Seth Rollins reeling. And I find it amazing, though, that it seems like all of a sudden, everybody's bringing up Triple H in a lot of their segments, and it's the faces that are doing so. And they're talking about Triple H not in a bad way, but basically in a good way. So, with the absence of Triple H last night on Monday Night Raw, it leads me to believe there is going to be some sort of changes within the authority, and maybe changes within the attitude of Triple H himself. But we'll just have to wait and see what develops there. But Sting is ready. He says he's ready to get that WWE World Heavyweight title. It's a title that has eluded him all these years. And I can't agree with that statement, just for the simple fact is he hasn't been in the WWE all these years. But now that he is, he wants that belt. And that would be, the signature and the legacy of Sting being a champion pretty much everywhere he's been. And I do believe that he will get the title at Night of Champions. So it was a great opening segment. And to be quite honest with you, I think the opening and closing of the show probably were the best segments on the show. Now, the closing segment featured Seth Rollins in the ring with Stephanie McMahon, and he was basically calling out Sting, but instead you heard the music of John Cena. John Cena's music hit, John Cena came out, and quite frankly told Seth Rollins basically how it is with the authority, saying to Seth Rollins that you're just the flavor of the month. The authority uses people to their advantage. He said, look at in the past with Randy Orton, look at Dave Batista, look at Kane, and he says now it's you. And the authority always does what's best for business. Now, with this segment here, John Cena was basically trying to get into the mind of Seth Rollins and letting him know, setting him straight, that you are just another pawn within the authority. And once they're done with you, they're just going to toss you aside, just like they've done with everybody else. Now, Seth Rollins really didn't want to believe what John Cena was saying, but you could tell by the expression on Rollins' face that deep down, back in his mind, he sort of knew what Cena was telling him was the truth. So Rollins looked at Stephanie McMahon, and Cena approached Stephanie McMahon and said, tell him, Steph, this is the Night of Champions. All titles are on the line. Tell him that he's going to defend the United States title, and I am going to use my rematch clause to retain my United States title at Night of Champions. Stephanie McMahon, with that, it was a look that, was worth $1 million. but she said the one word. She said yes. And Seth Rollins stormed off, um, you know, with a little temper tantrum there, saying, no way, it's never going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And after Cena heard the word yes, he just flipped the mic onto the ring mat, turned around, walked off, started walking up the ramp, and then you heard Sting's music hit, and both Sting and John Cena stood side by side, staring down at the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the United States Champion, Seth Rollins. So, there you have it. Sting, Cena, both going after Seth Rollins at Night of Champions in two separate matches. I was wondering if this was going to happen. There were reports that Vince wasn't sure if he wanted Seth Rollins to pull double duty, because you got to figure, having two matches, you're actually giving more of a percentage of a chance for an injury. But these guys are professionals. They know what they're doing, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Seth Rollins after Night of Champions. I do believe that WWE World Heavyweight Championship will go to Sting at that night, and I do believe John Cena will regain the United States title, leaving Seth with no title at all. And I do believe this is starting to be the beginning of the Authority turning on Seth Rollins, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens down the road. So, pretty interesting opening and closing segments on Raw. I enjoyed it. To me, those were the most important parts of Monday Night Raw. Yeah, there were some good matches throughout the show, but to me, those were all fillers, to make up the time from the opening segment to the ending segment. So there you have it, guys. Seth Rollins could leave Night of Champions titleless in the WWE, and if he does, what will be, the ramifications of this by the Authority? We'll just have to wait until Night of Champions and find out. So, pretty good stuff here. So there you have it. The one and only, I am the Iceman. Enjoy your Tuesday. Enjoy your first day of September. We'll see y'all next time, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed my retro intro. Peace.